Hello there, everybody. Welcome on back to more Ultra Modded Eden Streaks. What do we got? More options. Dude, very good. 3.7 damage, A rate of fire. Are we allowed to have good Eden starts? I thought that was like illegal. W87Q, 6F, 6 and a T. It's also the extremely blessed Old Man Eden. Why is he so cursed looking, though? I kind of love him. I didn't know that this was even a style. Is it the hourglass that is making me into freaking the gremlin from the hit Star Wars franchise? Sure, little Loki, that's fine. Hit Star Wars franchise, The Mandalorian. You know the guy who keeps on saying I have spoken repeatedly, and then I mean, I guess I won't go for the spoilers on this. Watch The Mandalorian if you haven't. I'm telling you, you're missing out on a grand experience. It's a good television show. A show that isn't really on the television, to be fair. It's weird, dude. I find it so strange, the model of television that we've come to. Because it's essentially just like 400 companies that have made their own streaming services to then, you know, go and make a subscription model that the user has to pay in all honesty, pretty low amount of money for. Like, you can get Disney Plus for like $6 or something like that, depending on deals in the area and stuff like that. Hello. I'll take a free item on this. It'd be nice to know what like any of these items are, but I suppose we'll find out in due time. But you know, you have all of these various. Oh, great! It's tentacles. You have all these streaming service models, and then you're starting to see that like they're actually bundled. So like, I saw the other day that there's a Disney Plus and Hulu bundle. And it's kind of like, you know, we're just going to reach a point where when we are bundling all of the streaming services together, this is just cable again, dude. like you are making the thing that you replaced. And you have to imagine that people do recognize this, and that in a few years we're just going to go back to cable again. Which, I'm going to tell you, I think it's... Oh, what the frick is this? This isn't what I expected. Oh no. Why in the world did you not give me an orbital? What is this item? Starvation. -2 heart containers, +2 bone hearts. The lower my HP, the more tears. The higher HP, higher damage. Okay, so I lost my damage and I got rate of fire. And I'm not actually upset about this either. I'm indifferent, is I suppose what we'll call it. I'm gonna min-max this floor a little bit. There's like 80 tinted rocks on this floor. And I would like to perhaps turn those tinted rocks into HP, since you have ripped away my health on this run. We're not gonna get any of that, though. I mean, we're actually gonna get freaking none of it. And I'm not talking about the Canadian province. I'm going to go down to the next floor. A place filled with mystery and fun, happy times. I don't know, dude. The TV model, like, I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus. I would say that both are well worth the money spent on them. I'm gonna tell you, we don't need Locust of Famine. I'm just gonna... Petrified Poop is more of a min-maxy type boy. So I'm going to go for that instead. And then immediately you're throwing me into a little bit of a hell-ridden room. But our tentacles are doing good stuff. A word that I did not expect to say today when I logged on to Isaac, but I should have known. I absolutely should have known. It's just weird. I mean, I feel like for some people the cable model is an unknown, right? Like you're reaching a point where you're growing up in a society without cable. Some of you, right? A lot of you are well aware of what cable is and have gotten to experience both. But like I remember the days of you know, you this show is on at this time, and that is the only time. And then if you don't catch the show, you gotta wait for either the reruns next week, or if there's no rerun, then you gotta just hope for the best that at some point in time in the future you'll catch it. And now today it's like, oh, a new season of The Mandalorian. Well, I suppose, I mean, Disney Plus is actually staggering the episodes, but, you know, some of these shows, it's like, oh, you're interested in watching Schitt's Creek? Here's the entire 7 seasons that you can binge in, like, a day and a half. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And I don't know if it's actually good or bad. I think that there's benefits to releasing an entire season of a show immediately. You know, I suppose you probably get your money's worth as the company, because when people can watch another show, right? So it's basically like you sit down to watch the show. When you can continue to watch episodes from the show, there's a higher chance that you're going to watch more episodes, right? Because you're already invested. You know, say that you sit down and you're watching the first episode of, we'll use The Good Place as an example. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm super into it. Let me watch the second episode and see if it gets, you know, any better. If it's on a week-to-week basis, then... Oh, sorry, this room is a little bit dicey. If it's on a week-to-week basis, then you might end up in a position where you go, you know what, I didn't really care for the first 2 episodes, I think I'm just going to give up on it. Whereas, depending on the situation, you may decide to instead just go for it, right? So we are going to take Cricket's body. As much as I do like whipped cream, as it's a fun item, it's Cricket's body. And it's like one of the most fun items in the entire game, so I don't really feel like this is a bad thing to go for this instead. Makes for an interesting experience for this run moving forward. Fun synergy potential, all things that are, you know, insanely valuable for me. But I don't know, there's also benefit in the way of going for the week by week upload method for shows. And I use WandaVision as a good example of that. You know, WandaVision, part of the like fun of WandaVision right now is the fact that every freaking episode they leave as a massive, you know, cliffhanger most of the time. And then all you see for the next like week, oh sure, we'll take spam. All you see for the next week are people talking about WandaVision all over social media. I will actually take the Guppy item. Let's get weird. Let's get weird. We'll take the Guppy item, we'll see what happens. This might come back to bite me in the butt, but we'll see. Our HP is not exactly primo for doing a bunch of Devil Deal action on this run, but it could be fun nonetheless. Let's look for a secret room right here. We're looking for a key in it, and I think that it's possible. It's not. Well, maybe it is, actually. Is it? I suppose we go for the sack play, right? And then this has a key. Okay, I mean, sure. In the end, that is exactly what happened, so I look like a small genius. Where do I want to actually use this? I don't think I want to use it in the shop. I think I want to open up the golden chest down here. And then there's a part of me that's also like, what if we just intentionally hurt ourselves? Okay, this is really interesting now. What if we intentionally hurt ourselves and then go into the boss trap room as well? You know, with the Empress card going in with 1 heart, I think I'm actually like relatively confident in our ability to survive that. There's a cursed chest there. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do this. So I'm going to bomb myself, and then I'm not gonna be able to get in it right now, right? I'm gonna have to lose pretty much this full bone heart. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell you, this is likely a terrible idea. Once again, Berenstein Bears Isaac, don't do this. This is me trying to do some wacky, weird stuff. So we did get a key out of it. I'm now going to check the shop. Shop is interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I believe I will not be able to go into the boss trap room yet. I gotta get hit 2 more times, and then they will let me in. Yeah, so not yet. Do we even have any fires on the floor? I don't think we do, actually. You got any fires in here? You got any fires in the devil deal? Okay. How am I going to... I mean, I can use the bomb, sure. That feels like an insanely poor idea. There fires in our secret room. No. We could get the sack with the bomb ourselves in the process. Okay, yeah, that's weird enough. Don't do this. I'm just going to continue to reiterate that. Don't do this. This is a terrible way to play this game. We get 2 bombs back, which seems a little genius-like. Then we go into our boss trap room. And what level of min-maxing does this even begin to matter with? That's a mimic, but this is so worth it. It's insane. I will do this. Tough Love is a fantastic item, man. Especially with Cricket's body, I think it's a fantastic item. You know, the occasional teeth shot splitting into more teeth shot is quite good. It's quite good. Okay, so this was super worth it. It was a level in min-maxing that I feel like the majority of you probably would never do. Let that be a small lesson to you, maybe. that you know, min-maxing and sometimes sacrificing something like a bone heart. You know, we sacrificed a bone heart to get Tough Love. Is that a good trade? In my book, I would say, like, yeah, absolutely. That's a very, very good trade. We could also, you know what, just to wrap up the min-maxing, let's also snag the super secret room, which I have a very strong feeling is right here then, I guess. Okay, well, I don't know where it is, and I don't want to use all my bombs, so I will be leaving now. It's actually most likely attached to the room diagonal from the item room on the right. But whatever, we go down. We spent like 20 minutes on the first 2 floors. It was a couple too many. It was 11 minutes, but sure. Okay. It's all fine. This run is very good, okay? It's very good. I have very high hopes for this one. I don't even really mind that our damage is, what the frick? What the? What? Anybody else notice that trinket completely changed? It was Locust of the Void, which I had never seen before and was interested in. And then it has now turned into Butter. Which is an interesting... That should be a curse, dude. Curse of Butter. Where just like all things turn into butter when you least expect them to. It's actually like a horrific idea. And maybe we should not have that be a thing. That is a mimic. I will take my free item and run. You can die, actually. You can die. So look, most people would probably look at this scenario and go, Tyler, one of these is like significantly better than the other. I'm gonna take Obsessed Fan here. And I mean, like, probably just got like 4 dislikes because of that moment. We don't need Little Brim on this run. This run is all about our tiers. We don't need Little Brim to do damage. I take Obsessed Fan here for the... 1, Obsessed Fan is not that terrible. But 2, I take it for the chance of Lord of the Flies later. Which, once again, it's a weird play. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't necessarily think that it's the best available play, but I also know that I'm not going to use Little Brim, and our damage is just good enough that we don't need it. Chests have a high chance of being angel chests. Okay, we'll do it. I will say that we're not really in a position where angel chests are even viable for us because we have no keys. So don't expect like a whole heck of a lot from us on this one. Also, our secret room is 100% going to be okay, we've taken damage. That's okay. As long as we don't lose this bone heart, that's all I care about. I like having 1 bone heart. I don't need 100 bone hearts. Okay, these guys are a pain in the ass. Let's, instead of spending our key, now that we have a weird angel chest synergy, I am instead going to bomb. Sure, we'll draw 2 more cards. Empress, Chariot, and a scratch card. Scratch card gave our first angel chest. Okay. Which then gave us the lovers. Even weirder, to be honest. Sure, we'll pop it one more time. What an amazing pop. Max's head is very good. Now, Isaac is sad. This is a fun item. We like this item. We've had it before. It's an enjoyable experience. We'll take it. In an ideal world, I actually probably would have taken the Wiz in that room. But it's still fun. Like, the Baba's You item is very good. It's a fun reference. We're gonna get some wonky rooms. Creep is null, so no creep in this room. I didn't get no creep today, but that's because I'm the one on stage. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-doo-boo-boo-boo-boo. That sucks. Okay, it's interesting. I'm gonna dump 3 cents. I just don't think I care about anything in here. If I want to at the end of the floor, I will probably go in and then buy a key, a soul heart, and bombs. Although now the bombs I'm less interested in. We also probably want to have 5 cents leaving this floor so we get the arcade spawn on the next floor. Whoa, that scared the absolute bejesus out of me. I'm gonna pop the Empress here too. We have so many cards that. Oh, our shot is also very tiny. They still do damage. Okay, he's doing some wacky stuff. Don't do that, sir. The shots are also there's very fast right now. You're scaring me, my dude. Okay, give me the health. We did not get a devil deal, which, to be fair, I feel like was kind of expected. This is your super secret room, which is just troll bombs. Okay, you know what? We popped a couple skulls. I'm not. I like min-maxing skulls like that. I don't need to get so crazy that we lose our damn mind trying to make it work. Now, I am going to go and do the boss trap room, but I don't want to lose the bone heart, and I know that there's a spike chest in there. So let's be a tiny bit cautious. Just like a wee tiny amount. And see what happens. I'm also going to have to now find another red heart on this floor. And so far, I have no idea where one could be. The 5 cents is very intriguing. Is very intriguing. You're making me want to try to do more in this shop, but I don't know what else there is to do. Honestly, I can keep re-rolling, but then I'm gonna need the bombs, right? I need the bombs. Where? We got a red heart in here. Oh, you know what? We also have the chariot. We have the lovers here too. Let's use the chariot in this room. So we're gonna do this, crack it. Hairpin is interesting, but not really super useful for me. And then chariot to crack this guy. And it ended up totally fine in the end. This room was completely worthless. We gained pretty much nothing. Unless something spawns at the end. Okay, well. You can't win them all, alright? You can't win them all. Let's go take a peek at the shop. And maybe we smack it with a 1-bomb reroll here. I don't want to spend more than 15 cents. But then there's another part of me that's like, we might as well. That's so lucky. Okay. So head of the keeper now is very good. I'm actually going to take this, and then I'm going to take this, and then it's a foiled world. Full mapping that lasts for 3 floors is freaking nuts. Okay. I will appreciate my full mapping for 3 floors. Let's go down. Okay. It's a very, very good run. Fun stuff to talk about in the gaming world here that I wanted to cover today. So one of my favorite games of all time, for those that don't know, is a beautiful little indie game that goes by Stardew Valley. I feel like many of you probably know that I have very strong opinions about Stardew Valley, all of which are quite positive. But I play it with my girlfriend. It's a good experience. We have a YouTube series that we've done on Stardew. We hope to continue that eventually in the future. So if you're interested in new episodes, you know, hopefully sometime in the future. Right now is a little bit of a tougher time because of the whole COVID situation, and you know, we're not living together and things like that. So you know, the infrastructure needed to make that work is a little bit harder, but it's beside the point. Still a phenomenal game that I have dumped many hours into and will continue to dump many hours into in the future. It was announced yesterday, at the time that I'm seeing this, little Larry chases enemies, gains a segment for each floor you progress. Okay, I actually really like that. But every tier fired triggers 3 weaker tiers. Okay, we're gonna take this because with Cricket's body, this is... I think the correct word is laggy. But, I like it a lot, nonetheless. It's gonna be an interesting journey with this one here and now. But that's okay. The weirder, the better, as I always say. I've never said that before. But you know what? Now we've coined it. The weirder, the better. You can actually like feel the frames, disappearing from Isaac. There's too many tears on the screen. Please pray that we will not get something else as a tier effect on this one. Monsters have a chance to drop a spinning penny on their death. Just, honestly, you can frig off with that. I don't even know what that means. And I tried to read it and comprehend it, but none of it really made a lot of sense. So we're just gonna let it chill for right now. And if that trinket comes back into effect sometime in the future, then it comes into effect sometime in the future. It's not for me right now. There's some trinkets that are just not for me. You love to see the shot is big right here. Very, very spicy shot selection. Anyway, it was announced yesterday, at the time that this was recorded. It's now out of stock, which is crazy. They sold out in a day. But there is now a Stardew Valley board game. It's a cooperative board gaming experience where you are working together to stop Joja Inc. From taking over Stardew Valley. It's actually like maybe the greatest idea of all time. And I mean that so sincerely. I love co-op board games. I'm a huge fan. I've played many co-op board games. Some of my favorites, for those wondering, obviously the Pandemic legacy games are very good. Pandemic just as a whole is very good. Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert. You've got things like Aeon's End. You've got things like what are some other great cooperative? Burgle Brothers, another extremely good co-op board game. So the fact that it was co-op immediately had my interest. The art in the game is just, it's beautiful. I mean, it looks like a, it looks like Stardew, right? It looks like they managed to get Stardew to come to life. Also, are we generating coins off of hitting this guy and not doing damage to him? Or is it just that we fire so many tiers that the chance to get money is just raised even higher? I feel like we are stacking cash right now. So breakfast, and then honestly, I'm not necessarily upset about the Krampus fight here. Because lump of coal would be so damn good. Okay. 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 It's gonna be one of those runs, dude. Golden keys for the floor. If you could now swing getting me some golden angel chests, not golden chests, angel chests, then we could really be in action on this one. But anyway, just the fact that Stardew Valley, now a board game, for me, super exciting since I love board games in general and love Stardew. It's kind of just a win-win for me. So Photon is horrifying. It's actually horrifying. Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. We'll take this for sure. Blue flies explode into poison gas. Sure. We'll take that too. I mean, you want me to do it, so I will do it. I'm gonna tell you, this is actually bad. This was not a positive pickup for a run. It might look like it, because of the little bit of chaos that it's causing. But I don't... well, okay. Maybe I lied. Maybe I lied and this is actually great. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out when we get into a room with a little bit more action. All cards turn into scratch cards. Okay, now you're talking. Now you're talking. Crippling Gambling Addiction is my middle name. I will happily do this. Okay, weird run, dude. Weird run, but we're here for it. We'll see where life goes. But no, it got me thinking about how we're entering this weird era. You know, board gaming is becoming significantly more popular in modern culture. There's so many incredible games out there, but video game designers are now starting to turn to that market to sell their games, right? It's becoming a market for video game designers, not just board game designers. You know, I feel like, you know, Ed, obviously the creator of Isaac, you know, started to do it with Four Souls. Now, my opinion of Four Souls is that it's a fine kind of party type game, but in general, it's actually not really that good. I still enjoy playing it, but you know, if somebody were like, hey, my favorite game is The Binding of Isaac 4 Souls, I would be like, you likely have not played any good board games in your life, which is fine. But there are significantly better games in the sea. Come on, give me guppy items. Too spooky is not the answer for me, sadly. Too spooky can be okay, just in this case. Is not something that I am interested in on this run at all. But there's also, it was announced that there will be a Slay the Spire board game as well, which will be a cooperative deck building game. I'm over the moon excited for that. Just because, I mean, for one, Slay the Spire content it's been over a year since we've had new content in Slay the Spire to begin with. They've been working on porting the game a lot more to other mediums, whether that be console, mobile, Switch, right? Things like that. But you know, I feel like that will be the first new thing that we see from Slay the Spire in a good amount of time. So I'm super excited to see kind of their... Oh, pin just popped out of nowhere, dude, with no warning. I'm glad that we do have an absolute just gun connected to us right now. I would love Broken Bulb. That would be a great item for us, man, but I sadly can't do much with it. I also apparently can't pick it up. Can I not drop the card that I have? That's kind of crazy. I can't drop the trinket that I have, I guess. That's fine. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. I think that this scratch card item is pretty fun anyway. But I'm interested to see how they turn Slay the Spire into a cooperative card game. Since the game itself, it's not even multiplayer by nature, right? So to turn a non-multiplayer game multiplayer to begin with is a little tricky. That said, I mean, I suppose 4 Souls did do it. But then again, it's not cooperative. It's semi-cooperative, but then also not at all. Like, you can work together, but there's still a singular winner at the end. I think that Slay the Spire is going to do something very similar to how, you know, Aeon's End handles. Hey, you did not turn this card into a thing. You lied to me. That's okay. It'll do something very similar to Aeon's End, where it's kind of, it's a deck builder, but it's a little bit weirder of a deck builder. Where you're all fighting the same boss type thing. I'm just interested to see, like, clearly they're going to make the cards. They have to make it play like Slay the Spire. They can't just change the kind of meaning of the game. I suppose they could use the, you know, some names and properties, but then change the way that the deck building works in the game. But I almost feel like that would upset Slay the Spire fans more, because the idea of just having a physical copy of Slay the Spire is super intriguing, at least to me. I feel like there's a lot of other people that are pretty excited about it too. Please die, sir. Gotta stop spawning people, you annoying little guy. But you know, what's next? What's the next game that's gonna get a release as a board game? Like, Minecraft does have a board game, although it's like not good. At least from whatever. I haven't played it, but I have heard that it's kind of one of those. I don't know what this is, but sure, let's take it. He do be bouncing around the room doing stuff. So in my eyes, that's good enough for me. But you know, is there another game where you're looking at going, could this be a board game? Obviously, like deck builders, you know, like Monster Train, you can obviously see being a board game. It would even, like, I think that one works even better than a Slay the Spire, right? Because you have the layers of the game where the enemies, you know, it would be annoying to actually, like, calculate the damage that they take. You know, dude, 2,000 hours in this game, I still have no idea how to do this room. I have no idea how to do it. It's so bad, actually. It's so bad. Okay. We're very strong, for the record. Oh, there's still a button. We're very strong. I would like a key because we still do have a shop that we can mess around with. We're not going to get it. That's okay. We could have done more rooms, but honestly, this run is in a finished state already, in my opinion. And I'm content with it as such. So we actually want to have higher health right now. Also, this tentacle's going buck wild. We want to have higher health right now, and I'll tell you why. This item, right? So the higher our HP, or the higher our HP, the higher damage we have. We currently have 3 rate of fire just from the other items that we have. So let's just get more damage, right? So I don't want to lose my health. I'm going to instead go Angel Deal. And Seraphim, look, I'm just going to tell you right now. I actually could not care any less about Seraphim on this run. But it's an Angel Deal, right? It's fun. Could have been Sacred Heart, Godhead. Would have been exciting. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but it wasn't. So, oh well. We made our decision. It's not like I'm just gonna not take the item. If we went in and chose the angel room, we might as well take the item in the end. If I get a bomb, I'll come back. You know, we have Max's head. Cricket's head could be sitting in there. We're also still, you know, we have 1 guppy item. There's obviously not an amazing chance for us to get 2 more guppy items on this run, but there's a chance, right? Dude, I cannot actually tell. The issue with an item like Photon is you can't freaking tell what the hell is your shots and what the hell is the enemy's. Like, do you have any idea which shot? Actually, I could tell which were mine and which weren't, but it's fine. So a 1.5 times luck multiplier, since we're in the negative, just brought us even more negative, which hilarious in all honesty. I'm gonna tell you right now, I actually don't care about going and finding a bomb and then bombing those chests. I'd much rather just accept the fact that we had a, like, 5-room womb. Which, say that 10 times fast. It was enjoyable to say, 5-room womb. But instead, we can just get the heck out of here. And the faster we do the womb, the less of a chance we have to die on this run. And I mean that sincerely. This run is not necessarily immediately a win, because there's still a lot of fights that we could end up a little screwed in. You know, I think that we handle 95% of rooms okay, but any enemy that has an ounce of invincibility attached to it to, like, start, you know, like, for instance, Wazoobs, right? I think they present a small issue to us, those kinds of enemies. Because all of a sudden, we have to actually do some dodging. And dodging is actually pretty hard right now. For a multitude of reasons. One, the lag. Because the frame rate is bad. Like, if you're noticing that the frame rate is bad, trust me, I'm feeling it on my side too. It's not the video that is lagging. It's the entire game. I will probably need to go throw up at the end of this, but that's it's all part of the fun of modded Isaac, right? If your eyes aren't bleeding by the end of it, have you really had a good time? The answer is absolutely not. Will I reroll my run? Well, I was going to be honest, but I suppose you have convinced me otherwise. So obviously we'll take Max's tail. We now have 11 damage. It goes up to like 23. Yeah, 23 whenever our toy drum hits, which is obviously crazy good. And another stone chest that we will likely never see. But that's okay. Big coin. Very big coin. It's fun, dude. I enjoy the Baba Is You item. Because it doesn't really, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't really change the run in any way. But what it does do is it just makes for some funky interactions that you wouldn't expect, and you get a good giggle out of them, right? You know, like, ooh, my shots are really big in this room. Ooh, my shots are really small in this room. It's fun. Let's go Angel Deal again, and it's just terrible, to be honest. Let's take Lazarus's Rags. And you might be like, you know, why take that over 3 soul hearts? I don't want the Bible to appear in the future, because I would much rather have one of my 4 items on the chest be valuable. Nothing against the Bible, but it's not very good later in the game. You know, if we can get it and beat Mom with it, cool, but in case you didn't notice, we are past the stage of the game where Mom is an enemy that we would be fighting. So not insanely valuable for us. Let's not get hit right now. If we don't get hit, we get an extra little bit of HP on the next floor. And I feel like we probably won't get more stats from starvation by gaining HP. I feel like it's just if you have a lot, like if you have more than 1 red heart, then you're in damage mode. If you have 1 red heart, you're in tears mode. Maybe. I don't really necessarily know how it works. It's one of those items where when it just kind of tells you, hey, if you have lower HP, this. If you have higher HP, this. I got no way to know what the heck the numbers mean there. Are you seeing the room, like, glitch and change? That was very strange. I can't say that I enjoyed that at all. I feel like the mod pack has been a little glitchy. People have been telling me that the one mod that I use is actually not compatible with Fiend Folio. So I should probably remove it, but I didn't see any, like, major issues at the beginning when I was doing this pack. But maybe there are problems. Maybe I'll go in and I'll remove the mod. It's the one visual mod that does, oh, this is fricked. I am not a fan of the Peep Bloat Room. Who made this? And can I sue them? For false false excitement. It's hard for me to get amped over a room that terrible. Hi, what are you? You're kind of weird. I was gonna call you janky, but I don't even think you're janky. You're just weird. You're also spawning a lot of, I don't know, do I want to call them membranes? I don't know what they are. In no way did I enjoy this, though. Okay. Suck all that up. Get that coin. It's coming. It's coming. I expect nothing from this, but keys? No. I actually care about none of that. We have no keys, man. Going down to a floor where we desperately need them. We got one there now, but... Okay, well, I will go back. I need this key. Thank you. Dude, these are the kinds of rooms where, like... You see how easy we're gonna melt, some bosses on the next floor. That's why I'm, like, so not concerned about our health, is I feel like we're in a position where we kind of destroy... Actually, dude, we did get a damage up from getting more health. Okay, so let's... I suppose just... If we can give more health, keep the red heart, eternal heart alive, and let's see if we can make that work. We're not going to get enough keys to do all of the chests on the next floor, but that's okay. I love how the Epic Game Store just decided to launch itself on my computer and then tell me that I have friend requests in the middle of my video. I'm not even playing an Epic game. If I was playing, you know, Celeste right now, sure. If I was recording, definitely not Fortnite with Orbital, sure. But I'm sorry, Epic, we ended our series because everybody hates Fortnite. I mean, definitely not Fortnite. Okay, yoink, yoink. It is Tech Pie, which is fine. It doesn't hurt our run. It'll probably lag a good amount, which is fun. It's just a mess. It's just a mess of a run. Let's obviously we're gonna do the floor because that's who I am. Try to get enough keys to at least open up those remaining chests. This is a really strong run, and I didn't really expect it to be either. Like it didn't start slow. Like it started fine, but we did min-max a lot of this run to get to where we are right now. You know, we did our due diligence. The game gifted us a couple of good items here and there, but I'm especially proud of the tough love sacrifice at the beginning. I think that's an important lesson in Isaac, that a lot of new players probably don't realize or want to ever do, and that's the sacrifice of HP when it isn't in a devil deal. And I understand why. Like obviously we banked on a chance there, right? We did get a all stats up from one of those, which is really cool. But you were banking on a chance, for sure, that we were going to get something out of that boss trap room. But you know what? It was a chance that I took, and it was a chance that paid out. So maybe the Berenstein Bears on that one was not actually true. And instead, you should sometimes do as I say. I thought for a sec we had a Mimic on the left, but sadly, no. I believe Mimics have a rarer chance to spawn once you crank one. Oh my god, dude. Get fricked, blue baby. Just a really easy boss fight. We are going to do Mega Satan, but I just want to get one more key on this floor before we do him. This went absurdly well. It was a fun run. And we had some good conversations about board games, right? If you have a video game that you would love to see translated to a board game, I would love to hear it. I think that it's a fascinating new advancement in the gaming industry, and I feel like there's some great ideas out there that people could do. Hello, where's the enemy? There he is. Get me out. I don't want to be here. I don't really want to be here either, but I mean, it's just a bunch of chubs. It's just a bunch of chubs. Who could be upset with a bunch of chubs? Do you know what we didn't really get on this run? Sure, we'll take Zodiac. We did not get a whole heck of a lot of cards. I expected to get a ton of cards, and then our scratch card was going to be a true blast, but we never really got the cards required to make that a true reality. So yoink, yoink. Experience bar is way too late for us to have that. And then Unicorn Horn, I'm not actually at all concerned about. We're going to likely freeze Mega Satan. Probably in the wave. Well, we're going to freeze, not Mega Satan, but we're going to freeze the enemies in this room in the wave with like 4 of the Deadly Sins. We've leveled up twice already. I don't know how you level up, but I mean, God knows we're actually doing it at a seemingly alarming rate. Is it number of tiers you fire? Maybe that's... All I know is we're leveling up quicker than you could ever imagine. Okay, so here's where you pop this. And then we actually have another battery charge, which is even funnier. So in case that he wasn't slow enough and we were at all scared, we're killing the angels before they like finish their animation to spawn. It was just a really strong run, and I have no idea what items actually like got us here. I think it's just Cricket's body, dude. Like Cricket's body brought us to the finish line. And to think that I was almost going to take the other item at the beginning. I was never, ever planning on taking the other item at the beginning. It was Cricket's body the entire time. I don't even have my left hand on the movement keys. I just have my right hand firing away. That's going to do it for this episode. We will not be doing the Void, even if they didn't give us the portal. Hey, thanks so much for watching. As always, like on the video is much appreciated. That was a very, very fun run. And it was a good time, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next episode. You have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.